Today we're making homemade powdered coffee creamer. It's super easy and shelf stable. So let's get started. Depending on how you like your coffee, if you want it with more of the milk in it, you could add one more tablespoon, but I'm going to stick to 1 tablespoon in mine. Don't that look pretty, y'all? And you won't have all those bad chemicals in your coffee. Hey y'all, and welcome back. In today's video, I'm going to show y'all how to make homemade powdered coffee creamer. Just the basic coffee creamer that you would get, and you can go ahead if you want to and add different flavors, whatever you choose you like. I like cocoa and I like the powdered cinnamon. I might put those two in mine. But we're going to turn around here and get started. I'm making this coffee creamer because we're going camping, and this is a good way to take coffee creamer with you on the go and not have to keep it cold or refrigerated in a cooler. So in today's video, we're going to make homemade powder coffee creamer to take camping because we're going in a couple weeks and I need the coffee creamer. So let's get started. Okay, y'all, I'm going to show y'all this real quick of what you're going to need to make your homemade powder coffee creamer. You'll need a container to put it in. You're going to need some sugar or sugar substitute, whichever you choose, a pinch of salt, some canned dry milk, a tablespoon of coconut oil, and any flavor of your choice. That's all it takes to make homemade powder coffee creamer. And you don't have to have all those chemicals in your coffee. Okay, to make the homemade powder coffee creamer, you're going to need a blender, or I'm using my Ninja. These work great. So if you've got a Ninja, use one of those, or any kind of regular blender would work, or even probably a food processor. You just want something that's going to mix it real good, and we are going to be making our own homemade powder sugar to put in it. So now let's get started and make our powdered sugar first. Okay, we're going to go ahead now and measure out our 1 cup of sugar. There's our 1 cup of sugar going in the Ninja. And now we're going to put this on and make our powdered sugar out of this white cane sugar. Okay, now we've got our powdered sugar made. We're going to add our 1 cup of powdered milk. That's what our powdered sugar's turned out to look like. And if you didn't want to do this process, you could buy your powdered sugar already made, but not around here. You know we like to make our stuff. Okay, now we're going to measure out 1 cup of our powdered milk. And I'll put a picture in right here showing you what brand of milk Travis and myself use for canned milk. But look how pretty and creamy that canned milk is. You can vacuum seal canned milk and it keeps a long time. And it will keep great. And I'm making a mess here, but look how pretty that canned milk is. Okay, now we're going to add that to our Ninja. The coffee creamers you buy are non-fat. They don't even have fat milk in them. All the coffee creamers are non-fat, but I like using the real canned milk that we buy because it does have fat in it, and it just gives you that creamier taste to your coffee. Okay, now we're going to blend those two. Okay, now we're going to add to our coffee creamer just a pinch of salt, not much. And when I say a pinch, it's just that little bit right there is all you're going to add to your powder. And then you're going to give it another blend. So let's get it in there. When doing a coffee creamer, adding that little bit of salt to that sugar just offsets that taste to your coffee, and it makes it even that much better. And now I'm going to take 1 tablespoon of coconut oil, and we're going to melt it in the microwave for just a second. I just want to have it melted just a little. One tablespoon of coconut oil. And now to the canned milk and the powdered sugar. With that pinch of salt, we're going to add our 1 tablespoon of our coconut oil. And now you're going to give that a blend. And now we're just going to scrape the sides right there, because I want to get all that coconut oil blended real good into that powder. When you first start blending it, it will get on the side of your blender, but then it all gets incorporated into your powder. Okay, now we're going to blend it one more time and decide if we're going to put any kind of flavor in it. Now you can tell that all the powder has got mixed in, incorporated good with that coconut oil. And the coconut oil will just make your coffee creamer a more richer, creamier taste when you put it in the coffee. Okay. I'm going to pour this out in a bowl. Now that's what it's looking like. You can tell that all that coconut oil now is blended in good with my powder mix. But that right there is homemade coffee creamer, just like you buy without all the chemicals. Now I'm going to pour my coffee and show y'all what this coffee creamer turns out to look like. Depending on how you like your coffee, if you want it with more of the milk in it, you could add 1 more tablespoon, but I'm going to stick to 1 tablespoon in mine. Don't that look pretty, y'all? And you won't have all those bad chemicals in your coffee. Okay, so if you decide you want to add for the 1 cup of milk, 1 cup of sugar, and the 1 tablespoon of coconut oil, you would add 1 teaspoon of any flavor you like. But today, I'm just going to leave mine plain. And I'm going to be putting my powdered coffee creamer in this kind of container. You could use a mason jar. You could use an old plastic container that powder creamer come out of. But we're just going to add it to this today and be easy to dip out of. This container will be great just to open it up and dip out of my powdered coffee creamer. Okay, everybody, I hope y'all liked that video on how to make homemade powdered coffee creamer. If you do, don't forget to give us a thumbs up, like, share, and subscribe if you hadn't already down below. Thanks for watching.